So what is your decision? These
I mean,
dividers, whatever we want to call them, are now descending.
it doesn't seem worth it because we don't know if this is an exit or not.
All right. So you're going to stand here and watch them finish their descent.
I'm not going through there. I probably
All
wouldn't make
right.
it to begin with.
You notice several things as these things are coming down. First off, a lot of them jam. There are a number of these things between here and the end of the corridor, which is, according to my owl, 100 feet away. There seems to be almost
That's quite far.
7 or 8 of these things. Half of them have jammed in various parts of their descent. And as you stand here, you're not sure how many actually made it to the ground, but one for sure has, and that's about halfway down. And then all that noise stops.
Okay. I say, well, it's possibly a good thing that this place is not functioning properly.
Yes, dude, definitely. Well, it is definite now that there's an extreme age factor playing into all this, and it is definitely not functioning
Okay.
anywhere near what it should be.
Well, I'm not entirely sure if these things are even going to possibly reset. I don't even know if that's a possibility considering how worn everything here seems to be. But let's look at uh,
Corridor.
the south corridor. Maybe there's another way out that way.
All right. So
I want
you
to.
exit. You're only about 5 or 6 feet into this thing.
Yep.
All right. Step back. That whirring and clicking and grinding sound starts up again. Um, you're not sure because we're now further away, but some of them are trying to go up at least. You're not sure if they are actually going up. Like I said, these things are malfunctioning. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
So you go to the south corner and you step into it. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. I just want to hold my staff up to the ceiling and just looking to see if there are any of those portcullis-like devices here.
Roll a perception check, please, or investigation, whichever you like.
I prefer investigation. Okay. 11.
You're not entirely sure because it is 20 feet up.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything, no.
Okay. I'm going to say, I am going to try walking down to the end of this corridor. Everyone else, stay here. I'm pretty sure these traps seem to be triggering to that because of that hammer. So let's try to avoid setting off as many of them as we can. I'm going to just look down this corridor, see if it's safe.
Yeah. You walk to the end of the corridor.
Okay.
You're at the end of the corridor.
So it's just a solid wall, though, at the end.
You can roll an investigation check, see if you can find something.
I will. Yes. It's even worse. 8.
You have no idea. It's a stone wall.
Is the wall? The wall is solid. It's not loose, like it's crumbling, like the last one we saw.
Which last one?
The one that came crashing down when we came in here.
Well, you never saw that wall prior to it falling down, so you're not entirely sure as a comparison whether this one's in better or worse condition.
Yeah, I'll come back down.
All right.
That seems to be a dead end. This north passage seems to be the only way forward.
As you turn around to come back, the whirring and clicking sound starts up again and then stops.
Was it coming from behind me?
All around you.
Oh, so the corridor.
Most likely, yes.
Well, I don't have any cursed objects on me from this place.
Well, you do recall that the statue said, any of us can leave. He is the only one not allowed to leave. Oh, sorry. The creature was in the hammer, which is now in Bilious, is not allowed to leave.
All right, but it's inside Bilious, and he can't let go of the hammer.
Yes. So, you're back here with the rest of us. What do you want to do?
All right. I'm going to try doing the same thing with the north corridor now.
All right. All by your lonesome?
Yes.
All right. You start to walk down. You do notice that as you move your staff and have a look, a lot of these dividers that are coming down, the ones that are close enough for you to get a good look at, they are metal. And they are about this thick. So once it's in place, there's no way that it can be broken through, not with any normal means.
Do I recognize the metal?
You can roll an intelligence check. Nate. I'm not with you, so you don't have any alchemical skills.
19.
Steel.
Steel, so that's not iron.
No.
Which means you cannot transmute this.
I could try, but they're awfully thick and big. Once they're in place, you're looking at an inch thick of steel that's 10 by 20 feet minimum.
Are these bars dividers, or are they solid?
These are the one that you're looking at now is solid.
Okay.
Some of the other ones you couldn't tell because their weight they're up too high in like there's 20 feet from top to bottom, right? Some of them didn't get very far at all. You can walk further and see if any of them are any different.
Okay, I'm going to try walking to the end of this corridor.
There are, as I said, about you're not entirely sure because some of them may not have dropped at all, but there's 7 that you see for sure, and they're all solid panels of metal.
Okay, and they all went back up?
No. The 2 that you think made it all the way to the bottom they're not there, so you assume that they went back up. But the rest of them all jammed.
Okay.
They're solidly wedged into wherever they are. But you can walk to the end.
Okay.
There is one panel that's jammed that you have to duck under to get through.
Okay.
You get to the end of the corridor.
Okay. What's at the end of this corridor?
A stone wall.
Okay. Your owl thought there was something odd about this one, so I'm going to try and thoroughly search it and hopefully find a secret door.
Too bad you didn't have your cat with you.
No, I don't. Well, if it's investigation, it's 12.
It's not a hard DC. There is a definite seam that is door-shaped here. But that is not a high enough roll to find the mechanism.
Okay.
If it is a secret door. You do see a seam, though.
Okay. Well, I'm going to head back to the rest of you then.
Yep.
Alright. The north corridor definitely has a seam which looks like it might be a door. Some of those portcullises are jammed. And they aren't moving rather effectively either way. We might be able to make it through them all. I see.
Oh, I won't be giving you any suggestions with that roll. I'm going to roll it really badly. Good thing I'm not the active player today. We'd be in trouble.
Alright. So, does anyone have any objections to us trying to get through that corridor?
Bilious is quite scared about this. He's really worried that you guys are just going to leave him behind Um, but other than that, everyone else says, well, there's nowhere else to go. If you were certain that the other corridor had no, um, no door at the end of it.
I did not find anything unless you want to take a look at it.
Uh,
I'll just say, I didn't notice anything about it, but if anyone else wants to take a look, they can.
well, you and I can give it a try. So we'll go down together.
Sure.
It's the end of the corridor, and I am pretty certain that there's no door here.
Okay. I said, well, I'm pretty sure there is one there, but I couldn't figure out how to open it, so...
Bilious at this point says, yells down the corridor. It's only about 100 feet, but he yells at, is there anything there? Can we get out that way? And he steps into the corridor.
Oh, no. I'm really starting to not mind leaving him here.
That whirring and clicking sound you heard before now starts up again.
For crying out loud.
And there seems to be slots opening up on the right and left-hand side of this corridor. And that whirring and clicking and also grinding sound, which is quite loud, as these pendulums of razor-sharp blades are now going back and forth.
All right, I'm going to shout down the corridor, Bilious, move as far back into the room as you possibly can, away from this corridor.
He says, why?
Because you just set off a whole bunch more traps. Do I have to roll for this, or...?
You don't... Oh, you can try and persuade him if you like. Yeah, maybe he'll listen to you.
Persuasion or intimidation? I don't know.
You don't have either, so pick one.
9, regardless.
I don't have to listen to you.
I said...
But you hear a conversation at the other end, but you can't quite figure it out because it's not being yelled like he is yelling.
Yeah, I'm also going to shout down then, Albrecht!
Yeah. He's already guiding him out of the way. You can just see them in the light that we left with him.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to wait to see if these blades stop.
The unfortunate news is it has already been triggered.
Oh, so they're... Oh, good grief.
Yeah. We are in the corridor, and we... All right. There's good and bad news. The bad news is there's a number of these swinging pendulums of looks like axes and glaives, that sort of stuff. You know, those really annoying things that you see in all kinds of video games.
Yes, I know what a pendulum is, yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those at different heights. But there's also a whole pile of them that are just broken. You see a little stick going back and forth. And in a couple cases, they're just not moving at all. They're just sitting there in the middle of the corridor. But to get back is going to require a few dex checks.
Oh, wonderful. I've been doing so well at those tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta figure what the DC is here. Okay. You need to make 2 dex checks for the length of this because there is a fair amount of space and you can get in between them. Let's start off with the first one.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to roll a different die for this. $12 for first one.
Right. It's close, but you managed to dodge all the blades for the first half of this corridor.
Okay.
Second half. Oh, that's not good.
15.
Well, the good news for you is, yes, you're fine. The bad news is I rolled a 1.
Oh, no.
And I get tagged by one of these things.
Oh, dear.
for 4 points of damage.
Not so bad.
That's the second time, though. I'm down 10 hit points total at this point.
I'm down 6.
Hmm? Well, that's right, too, yeah. Hold on a second.
Okay. Good enough.
Alright, we make it back to...
If you drink a healing potion before we go into the room, Bilious will never know.
I think it might be a good idea. 10 hit points is an awful lot. Oh, that's a good healing potion. I gained back 8 hit points.
Okay.
Oh, I better mark that off. Hold on a sec.
I think I'll be fine for the moment.
I only have 1 left.
Oh. Oh, that's right. We didn't divide those up. I have quite a few I'm carrying.
That's alright. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm only down 2 hit points now, so that's acceptable.
Okay.
Alright, we make it back to with the others.
Yeah. Alright. Now, the only way out is the north side.
Albrecht has a suggestion.
Alright, let's hear it.
Everyone's going to like the suggestion except one person here.
Except Bilious.
He suggests that we all
Go down one by one.
move to the end of the corridor in whatever order we want to do, because apparently you guys can walk back and forth. And
Yes.
the only time this thing is a problem
Is when that hammer's nearby.
Exactly. So we all move to the end of the corridor, make sure there's a door and an openable door,
Yeah.
and then Bilious can come in.
I was going to suggest that, but I knew it wasn't going to be a popular opinion with one person.
He is livid at this. You guys are just going to leave me here. I know it. He says, the second you guys go down that corridor, I'm going to run down there too. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to be left behind.
What if 2 of us go down the corridor and try and open the door, and then the rest of us come down?
Roll a persuasion check.
Really slightly. 11.
He accepts it.
Okay. Yes. I say, okay, we're going to go down. The 2 of us are going to go down there and try and get that door open, or see if we can get that door open.
Alright. I am going to...
Unless you think someone else might be able to assist you better.
No. I'm going to try and on the sly tell Albrecht something.
Okay.
Let's see if I succeed.
So this would be stealth, I guess?
Yes. And that versus a... he's clueless. As you and I are walking down the corridor,
Yep.
once we're out of earshot, everyone else, I tell you quietly that I told Albrecht, I gave him a signal, and that group, besides Bilious, are going to run down the corridor ahead of him, and I'll give them an advantage at least ahead of these sliding panels. Once we have...
as we're when we're on the other side, well, that was better than the plan I just came up with.
Which was what?
Knock him unconscious and see if he lets go of the hammer.
All right. Well, he seems rather resistant to damage. Who knows if that would work?
But one of us has a method of knocking him unconscious without damage.
Oh, that's true. But do we really care if he gets out of here or not?
I mean, the thing is, I'm not
That's
entirely...
That's a lot more thought than I thought would go into that.
Honestly, not really, but the problem is, this place is falling apart so much, I'm not entirely sure it can contain him, or more worse, contain whatever is now inside him. That's the thing that they said cannot leave. That's what I'm worried about getting out in the world.
True enough. Alright, so we go to the end of the corridor.
Yes.
Roll an investigation check. Oh, actually, I have investigation. I'll do it with advantage.
Yep, you do it with advantage. I'll assist you.
Oh, natural 20. Doesn't
Yay!
matter. Yes, there is a secret mechanism to open this secret door, and I trigger it.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on a sec. I think we should not trigger it just yet. I know it's a bit of a gamble this way, but if I open that, and it is a door, and it leads out of here, and Bilious notices it, he may just bolt down the hall, and it could be a problem. Why don't we just go with my plan A with Albrecht and see how that works out?
Okay. Give your signal.
All right, I have my staff with the light spell on it, so I give my signal. And Albrecht and the other guys are going to start running down the corridor.
Okay.
We'll see how far behind Bilious is. He catches on actually rather quite quickly to what's going on, and he screams in outrage because he...
I mean, this is exactly what he was concerned about.
Exactly. So, I will give them advantage on their saving throws, but they're still going to have to make them.
Okay.
Alright, Albrecht is first. Fortunately, the DC is quite low. Oh, he rolls a natural 20. Albrecht is fine. Next is the guard we should probably give a name to.
I think he did at some point.
A natural 20! Oh, God, they're doing really well.
Liability.
Adelia. Just scrapes by the DC. And now, without advantage, is Bilious.
One moment. Can I see him making this check?
Well, technically, as far as in-game goes, you see him, but obviously he's making some...
No, but
You
I see him, basically. I have visual on him.
Yes, you can give one of your portents for his role.
The thing is, this could be a very big jerk move to do, because I have a 6 saved up at the moment. So he will definitely fail. Probably with that.
Yep.
No. That seems needlessly cruel. Just roll. I just wanted to make it clear.
What is his dex modifier?
Same as mine, +1.
He trips partially down the hallway, and the ratings slide down in place, and he is on the other side. The only one of us to fail is Bilious. You hear him muffled now, saying something you can't tell. I'm pretty sure it's a shrill sound, and shortly thereafter you hear a pounding sound of some...
Yeah, he does have the hammer.
What do you want to do?
I just looked at you and says, well, this was your plan.
Well, it worked mostly. We can't see him anymore. There's There's two solid panels between us and him.
Yes.
You can just barely hear him pounding on this thing.
Are we opening the door? We can't go back. We can't go back.
I trigger the mechanism, and the door opens up, and you see the ravine.
Okay.
It is disguised. We're on the wall, still the right-hand side wall. About this time, the pounding stops.
Do we just leave him there?
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
As you're standing there, figuring out what to do, you notice the nearest nearest panel of metal starts to raise up.
Oh.
With that familiar grinding and clicking sound. It's pitch dark in there. You can't see squat. But you do see the nearest panel.
Is it? I assume he'd make noise about this.
He says, you hear someone yell from quite a ways off at this point. I knew you'd leave me here. And then you hear the sound of running feet.
So we haven't left yet. I am going to step outside into the ravine, though.
All right. We have a little bit of light coming through this door because it's now past noon, and enough light is shining that you can, about 50 feet down, you see Bilious running as fast as his little feet will take him, and you're not sure, but he makes it past that panel that stopped him the first time, but the other one's getting really quite low, and you see him do a dive. He just makes it.
Oh, wow.
He skims the DC right on the number. To the point that he actually has to pull his robes or cloak or backpack or whatever he was wearing. Something gets trapped underneath.
Yeah, probably would be the backpack.
Yeah, and has to pull it out to free himself. He is hard to describe. He is red in the face. He is truly upset, but you'd have to do an insight check to see what kind of emotion is actually playing on it.
No, I'm fine with that. I still think you should probably cast sleep on him.
He seems to be almost beyond words at this point because he literally thought that we were all going to leave him there.
Well, we didn't.
No.
So. But I still think you might want to cast sleep on him. I don't think that a hammer is a good thing. Being out in the world is a good thing.
All right. So we're all standing in the ravine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to get the stats for our party. What is Albrecht's armor class?
Oh. Oh, wow, it's pretty far down. 16.
All right. As we're sitting there arguing, watching Bilious, a rock comes flying from across the ravine and tags Albrecht. For 5 points of damage.
I think that's max. Ouch.
As we hear the hoots and squeals of a group of kobolds that were hiding in some rocks in the ravine, jump up and horrible roll on their part as far as trying to surprise us. Of course, having one of them use a sling bolt prematurely was part of that.
So roll for initiative.
We're rolling for initiative as we see a group of kobolds.
How many?
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Oh.
Not at full health for this, unfortunately.
Albert has taken
5, you said. Oh,
5 from that, and he had taken 3 earlier, so he's down 8. Labilia is down 6. The other guard's down 6.
Bilious.
Bilious is... He is down 20 hit points.
Oh, wow. So none of us are at full health.
I'm down 2. And
I'm down 6.
And you're down 6. Alright.
Until you healed yourself, I was doing the best of us.
Yeah.
I have a 15.
Initiative?
Yep.
I have an 18. Wow! That doesn't happen. Bilious has a 9. He has a modifier of +1, you said?
Yes, I was at 10.
Yeah. Wow. The unnamed guard has a 19. Belia has a 2. Albrecht has an 11. Alright, let's do some stuff for kobolds.
How much damage does the watch officer take?
The generic guard?
And Lobelia, yeah, they have the same hit point total.
They're both down 6.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, kobolds.
What did Albrecht and Lobelia roll for initiative?
11 and 2. Lobelia is the lowest so far. Alright. Alright. This is what we see as this commences. There are 10 kobolds arrayed against us.
Oh boy.
2 of them have slings. 7 of them have their usual small daggers.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 of them, we're pretty sure, is the sorcerer, not the main one, main leader of the group, but
this is the one that we heard about from our interrogating the other kobold.
Yes, this is the one that's stirring them all up, and they are not happy with us.
What's their initiative?
The Kobold Junior Sorcerer has a 5. The Slingers have a 14, and all the Dagger Bearers are at 8. So, first up is the card that we have never named. He is going to chuck a javelin at the nearest kobold. Do the generic guards have any dex modifiers? Or strength modifier?
It would probably be strength for a javelin.
Yeah.
No, but they do get the proficiency bonus.
Alright, so that'll do that.
Oh, sorry, no, wrong one. Yes, they have a +1.
Wow. He actually hits a kobold with a javelin.
Which I'm pretty sure is a
javelin,
D6.
D6. For a whole point of damage.
plus whatever strength is. So, plus 1. Where were the kobolds with the daggers?
Yeah, there's a...
No, where did they fall in initiative?
Oh, there are 8. And there's a row of them in front of the 2 slingers and the Cobalt Junior Sorcerer.
Okay.
Alright. They are within range. I'm up next.
Yep, you are up next.
They are within range of what I intend to do, which is cast Sleep.
Okay. Do they all fit in the spell's radius?
I'm going to work that out in a minute. I'm going to roll the total hit points here for a second.
It's not a big area of effect.
I thought it was 20 feet. 20-foot radius.
Each creature within 20 feet of the point you choose.
Yeah, so 20-foot radius. Which is pretty much all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good news. Bad news is I didn't roll very well on my 5d8. I got a total of 21 damage. Sorry, 21 health. So, the Cobalt with the
Javelin.
Javelin drops first.
Was that a slinger?
That's a slinger, yes. Okay. No, sorry, no, a dagger guy.
Okay.
And so that takes care of... And 3 others also slump to the ground.
Okay.
The 2 slingers and the junior Cobalt Sorcerer are still up.
Okay.
So we have, for the next minute, we have 4 sleeping Kobolds.
Okay. Out of the 10 that we have to deal with.
Yes. That is my initiative.
Alright. So
We are now on to...
me, I think.
You. Yep, you're up next.
Alright. This is a... Alright, I have a few things I could do here. Do I start doing damage, or do I try to hamper their ranged troops a little bit? Yeah, I don't want to get... Could... 1 second.
Are you rolling them randomly to see what you're going to do?
A little bit, yep. Alright. Well, I am going to look up at the point where the slingers and the sorcerer are.
Yep.
I'm going to bring my hands together and
Yep.
bring them apart, and a little blue mist is going to form, and I'm going to cast a fog cloud centered on 3 of them.
Okay, so that is going to basically encompass all of them, right?
Looking up the range. I think it's the same size as Fireball. Fog cloud. 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point with a range, yep.
Okay. And that is everybody.
It
So
is
now
heavily
there's a fog
obscured,
bank.
which means they are considered blind inside the fog cloud, and they cannot
Yep.
see anything past it
Yeah.
if they exit.
Alright. They are now fogged.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Well, I can that spell is concentration up to 1 hour, or
Yep.
until a strong wind disperses the fog. No, I think that's about it.
Okay. There is a breeze here, but it's not a strong one. We are in a ravine.
Okay. So that's my turn. The slingers are up next.
And they do not see any targets.
I could move up to see them, though.
They aren't going anywhere. Albert's next, and he has a javelin and he's holding it, just in case he sees a target, because there isn't anything currently for him to shoot at.
He could fire blind if he wants in there.
He could, but he only has 2 javelins, so he is holding his action as well. All right, let's see what they're gonna do. Alright, so you have a 20-foot radius of this, right?
Yep.
We see 3 kobolds emerge from our end of the fog.
Yep.
So they're slowly walking up, and their move rate, because they're obviously taking their time to do this, as they appear, they've run out of movement, and you see ahead of you now by about 50 feet away are 3 kobolds, and they all have daggers.
If Albrecht was holding his attack.
Yeah, hold on a sec. I just want to check one more thing first. Okay, Albrecht now sees a target. Oh, easily skewers one of them. And kills it.
Ooh, that's good. I think you might have also missed Bilious' turn. Wasn't he at 10?
Yeah, but he's...
No, he's not doing anything.
Oh, he's standing there and he seems to be shaking a little bit with his hammer in his hands.
Good grief. Alright.
And that is, well, Liability is there now, so let's see what she's going to do. Oh! She flings a javelin as well at one of the 3 emerging, or one of the 2 remaining. Kills another one! Wow. They don't have a lot of hit points.
No, they don't.
And they're rolling, these guys are rolling really well. And Albert rolled max damage. Alright. We are back to the top of the round.
I think they missed the sorcerer, but okay. Maybe, well, we don't
Nope,
know what he's doing.
He had his turn.
Yeah. Alright.
So, the guard
Yep.
is going to throw his remaining javelin. Yeah. And it goes wide.
Alright. It's your turn.
I promise I can't see him except that one guy.
Well,
Alright, I will firebolt the kobold I can see.
I can drop this on my turn, that's fine.
That easily hits. Wow, we're just decimating these guys. Another kobold dies.
Okay. So that's the 3 that came out of the fog.
So the 3 that came out of the fog are now gone. We know there are 4 that are asleep.
Yep.
So far, that leaves only 2 that are in the fog that are up.
And the sorcerer.
Yes.
So 3.
Alright, that brings us to you in the initiative.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is going to stop concentrating on the fog cloud so it disperses.
Yep. So you now see, besides the 3 dead kobolds and the 4 sleepy ones, you see a huddled group at this point now of the 3 remaining kobolds. They seem to be having a discussion. Well, actually, one of them is trying to. The junior sorcerer is now trying to get them to go do something.
Yeah.
And that is where we're at. So what are you going to do?
Alright, well, now that I can see him, how far is the sorcerer?
Well, he didn't move forward at all, so he is 80 feet away.
Okay. Well, always deal with enemy spellcasters. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at him.
Alright.
Oh, it's not nearly as good as it was before. 9
you
points
get?
of force damage.
Well, he screams at that, but he does not drop. And what else do you want to do? Anything else?
Yes, I'm going to move closer towards them. Let me move right.
Alright, so you're going to move up? Okay. You're at 15. That moves us down to the slingers.
Yep. Well, my fog...
They now can see. You notice that they are loading vials into their slings.
Yep, I knew they had those.
The Cobalt Sorcerer points at you and orders them to shoot at you.
Oh, is he holding his action?
He's ordering them. He's just telling
Oh,
them
he's just
to
telling them to shoot at me.
Yeah. Who's your armor class?
11. But just tell me what they're rolling to hit, so I might.
11 is the highest number.
So 1 hit basically.
Yes, so you're being hit by a vial.
I won't react to that. I won't cast shield.
All right. Roll a saving throw, please.
So this is the sleeping draft thing.
This is the Constitution saving throw.
That's a 22.
You take 2 points of damage, but manage to shake off the numb feeling that was spreading through your body.
Okay.
All right. They were at 14. We're down to Albrecht now.
Yes.
He will throw his remaining javelin. And it goes wide.
Yeah, because they're throwing a disadvantage at this range, I believe.
Yeah. Bilious' turn.
Is he going to be doing anything?
He is still standing there and trembling.
Good grief.
So, Bilious. The next in the initiative are all asleep.
Sorcerer.
They use Cobalt Sorcerer. He says something in Cobalt and makes some hand gestures, looking at you, and you see 3 very familiar bolts of energy heading towards you.
Shield as a reaction.
And they all are deflected by your shield spell.
That's my last spell slot.
Would you like to know what the damage total was?
Yes.
I rolled a 3, a 3, and a 4.
That is how many hit points I have before you even add on the +3 to that.
Yes, that was almost max damage.
There's a reason I decided... I suppose I could have cast shield earlier, but I didn't know what he was going to do. But it's like, yeah, no, the sorcerer can do worse than the slingers.
That's his turn. That leaves Liabilia. She throws her last javelin and misses.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was a much closer call this time.
So we're back to the top now.
Back to guard number 19. The 19 initiative.
He's out of javelins.
He's out of javelins. He has a sword drawn. His spear.
Yep.
And he's holding his ground.
Technically, I think you can throw spears, but that's not a good idea, probably.
This is his last weapon. He's not throwing it.
Alright, so that brings us to you.
I think we should bring down this sorcerer.
Yeah, that was my plan.
I have 2 spell slots left, so I'm going to use one of them. and cast Magic Missile.
Yeah. And this is where we learn if he has shield.
You see 3 bolts of force head towards him, and they all just tear right into him.
Okay.
And he goes tumbling back off of the rock.
Oh, he's dead.
The 2 remaining ones are in a serious panic at this point in time. But it's not their turn in the order, so there's nothing they can do for the moment. All that's left is Liabilia, who is also holding her ground.
So I'm up next, right?
You're next.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use Frostbite on one of the slingers because I moved up 30 feet, so they should be within range now.
Yep.
Okay. Constitution saving throw for one of them.
Rolled an 18.
Saves.
So that saves.
Yeah, but I'm out of spell slots, so...
Yes. So that's you.
And they're up next.
I don't even have to roll. They are running away.
Okay.
They are just disappearing into the boulders and whatnot. They are quickly out of sight.
Okay. Well, Albrecht is up next.
Well, there are 4
Sleeping kobolds.
sleeping kobolds. He says, we should probably dispatch these ones because we don't want them, getting reinforcements.
Okay.
He doesn't look happy about it, though. He actually seems to rub against his nature. He doesn't think killing helpless creatures is a good idea.
He is lawful good, but...
Bilious, on the other hand, is quite happy to run up and brain
Any
these
attack
things.
against an unconscious target's an auto crit if they hit. And they make it roll with advantage.
Yep, he is going to roll. And let's just say it's quite gruesome.
And short, I
He-
suspect.
Yes, he just... It's his nature. He just pounds them into mush. And it is disgusting and everything else that you'll want to think about it. But it is over rather easily and quickly because it is a rather large warhammer. He's quite strong, and they are all asleep.
Yep.
No one else joins in this because it's disgusting. Even Liabilia seems put off by this. What does she think? Oh yeah. Maybe her allegiance is shifting just a tad at this point.
Alright.
Yes, in short order, we are by ourselves here.
Yes. Well, that was a long diversion. but
Yes.
I think we should probably take a short rest before we continue. We're all pretty...
Yeah, no one's going to argue.
Yeah.
No. Alright, so we're going to take an hour break.
Yeah.
Everyone gets to roll their hit
I
die.
can't... I don't think I can roll below the points I have missing.
Well, neither can I.
Oh, sorry. Well, I could have, I suppose.
I can't.
Okay.
Only down 2
Got
hit
back to
points.
full. And I guess
You're
use
at full.
Arcane Recovery to get a spell slot back.
I will do the same. Bilious gains back. What's his constitution? +2, you said?
Yes. And his hit die should be D8, I think.
Yeah. So he gains back. He's down 12 now.
Yeah.
Unnamed guard. Ooh, fully recovered.
And Liabilia also gets same hit die for her D8.
Liabilia, fully
Yeah,
recovered.
they don't have a lot of hit points, though.
Albrecht.
Should be a D10 for him, I think.
D10, right? Yep, he is still a little hurt, but just marginally. He's mostly recovered. So we're all pretty much good now. After our
He
break.
also has a +2 Constitution.
Oh, never mind. He's fully healed. And that just leaves Bilious down a little bit.
All right.
Alice?
Yes.
All right.
Meow.
Well, we have a meal, and it's roughly that time anyway. So mark off another meal.
Yeah.
And it is time for us to continue our journey.
Oh.
Alright, I am going to do one check.
Alice.
As, what is she doing now?
She's just occupying space on my desk, really.
Alright, as evening approaches, like as the sun's getting low enough now, we're really thinking about getting to camp anyway. We reach the area where Albert wants to do the mining, so we are definitely at a point where we can settle down for the evening and do the mining tomorrow.
Okay.
But something happens at this point.
Okay.
Something unusual. Actually, I want you to roll a perception check for me first, though, just to be sure.
Perception 13.
Echoing through the hills here, or the mountains, because we have mountains to our back, and we're kind of in a almost like a funnel shape. You hear what you're fairly certain is a clap of thunder.
I look up at the sky. Does it look overcast, like it might storm?
No. Now, it has been known with volcanic eruptions that there is electrical activity as well.
I've seen that red lightning.
Yeah, it's not, but you don't think that that is what's happened here, because even though there's a bit of smoke coming up from the volcano, which we're a lot closer to by now, you didn't see anything from there. It seemed to actually be coming. It is hard to tell because of all the echoes and bouncing around because of the hills and everything, but you don't think it came from that direction.
Okay, we'll mark that under another mystery for today.
Yeah. And we settle in for the evening. So mark another meal off.
Yeah.
And are you going to set the alarms?
I will, yes.
Okay. I've already rolled for the evening.
Yep.
Nothing unusual happens
Okay, I got my spell slots back. That's good.
during the night.
Okay.
So, here's me. We pass our long rest,
Okay.
and in the morning, it's getting a little bit more overcast now, but we hear, this is going to sound really stupid and cliche, but we hear the sound of drums.
Okay, we hear the sound of drums.
Yeah. Coming from in the mountains somewhere.
Alright, well, the only thing in this area that would probably have drums is kobolds, which we've already run into.
Mm-hmm. You think possibly at this point, the two that got away
I've gotten word back.
have gotten word back, and something's happening.
Could be a funeral for all we know, for the ones that fell.
Yeah, or something.
Well, I look at Albrecht and see how he wants to proceed here.
He says for the moment, we should probably gather as much ore as we can. We're not sure how long this situation is going to be.
Okay.
Reasonable.
I'm going to attempt to fill the bag I have with the ore he's after.
All right, well, you and I are not. Excuse me. You and I are not minors.
No.
And not strong
No,
enough.
I am not. I have a strength penalty.
Excuse me.
Better?
Yeah, probably. You'll probably have to edit that part out. All right, I think it's done now. Bilious is useless because he won't let go of his Warhammer. That leaves one guard, because Bilious is not really strong enough to do it either. Albrecht and the one guard are doing the mining.
Okay.
We are going to take the ore that they managed to dig up, and we are going to load our backpacks with them. We are down one backpack because Bilious has got torn when he was trying to leave.
Yeah.
So it's not of any real use anymore. Now let's see how long this is going to go on for. About 3 hours into this, we've managed to load up. Well, we're trying to divide it evenly between the backpacks remaining.
Yep.
They're probably about 1/4 full at this point when the drums are noticeably louder. So I send my owl up and to have a look around.
Yep.
And I inform everybody that there seems to be a rather large contingent of kobolds heading towards us.
I think that's our cue to leave.
Everyone agrees at this point. Hold on a sec. Even Bilious.
I imagine he's going to be the first one running.
Yeah. So, we are going to very quickly try to get back. So, I want you to roll. We're going to roll a single Constitution saving throw at this point for everybody. Let me know what the number is.
Oh, I'm the only one rolling it?
I'm rolling, you're rolling, everybody's rolling.
Okay.
All right. What'd you get?
8. Wait, yeah, 8.
Okay. You, Bilious, and Abelia are quickly tiring. After a few hours of this forced march, you are slowing down. So we have to slow down to a more regular pace. My owl has informed us that we are actually still at least keeping ahead of the kobolds. They aren't gaining on us. They are smaller. So they're not moving quite as fast. We have at least gained a little bit of ground, and hopefully we will maintain it. We are going to probably have to continue this through the night. We won't be able to stop and rest.
Okay. I also just bear in mind that I can, now that we've rested, I can conjure more fog if we need it to cover our escape.
Right. Okay. So far they're distant enough that it won't matter. So as 8 hours have gone by, we need now to roll a Constitution saving throw
versus
to see
exhaustion.
if we're going to get a point of exhaustion or not.
Alice, it's too cold to open that.
Okay, from our guard's point of view, Abelia, Bilious, and Albrecht, believe it or not, gain a point of exhaustion.
And I have a 7, so I think I'm going to be gaining it too.
Sorry, Bilious. One guard makes it. You have a point of exhaustion now. And I Just made it. I do not. So, we still can't stop because
I'm pretty sure that's disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws. I think no, not saving throws, attack rolls. I think
attack rolls and also
ability checks.
any other checks for exhaustion are going to be a disadvantage from now on for everyone who failed that.
No, you don't.
Right?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think saving throws are in there.
Oh. So saving is anyway. That's fine. It doesn't really matter anyway because.
But you're the DM. However you want to rule that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
4 out of the
we are
6
gonna
members
have
of
to
our party have a point of exhaustion.
Yeah. No, 5. Oh, sorry, no, 4. Right. We're gonna have to make one more roll before we make it back to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it to
Roll your saving throw.
better. Much better.
Well, I failed.
21.
You are fine. Bilious has gained a 2nd point of exhaustion.
So his speed is halved. Oh,
The guard that was fine before has gained a 1st point of exhaustion.
yeah.
Liabilia has a 2nd point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Albert skims by.
Okay.
So Liabilia and Bilious have 2 points of exhaustion.
So I looked it up. If you have 1 point, you have disadvantage on ability checks. And if you have 2, you also have your speed is also halved.
All right. So we are down to a 15 move rate at this point. But the good news is we're out of the mountains. We're mostly through the woods. So we only have a short distance to go before we're in town.
But we're not stopping, are we?
Okay, I'll get rid of that. No, we're not stopping. There's not enough distance left. I mean, we're exhausted, but it is fine. So we stagger into town in the morning. This is now what, 3 days since we left?
This is the 3rd day.
Yep. And we are exhausted. Cranky, miserable. As we come into town, hold on a sec. Let's go back. Let's actually just go straight to town. There we go. We are coming in from this road here, and to get into town for the rest of us, Bilious lives here. He doesn't even say anything. He just goes straight into his house. The rest of us, as we stagger across this bridge, notice that there seems to be an awful lot of commotion in town. Something definitely is going on. And as we, stagger into town, a couple people run up to us, people that we know, and say that something horrible has happened while we were away. Apparently, one of the guards was killed, and killed by Bree of all people. And while we're gone, they're it's hard to piece together the story because apparently also the alderman is unconscious and something's wrong with him. He's sick or something. I mean, it's hard to tell because they no one seems to have exactly the same story to tell. There's definitely something happening here. And again, as we cross this bridge here, we're coming through, we see Bree being held by 2 guards, and Father Gregor is there, and she's in chains, and they are heading towards the guardhouse. Apparently, as we piece enough of the story together, She, it is true that she has apparently killed a guard and has been tried and convicted. And that is where we are ending today.
Yeah, so that's going to make for an interesting next session. Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoy our first cliffhanger, really. First real cliffhanger at the end of a session.
No pun intended.
No.
You know what happens to people who are tried and convicted of murder in this place.
Anyway, that horrible pun aside, thank you for everyone for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we hope you will join us here next time when we see how this all works out.
Try to figure out this mess.
Goodbye, everyone. Going into this exhausted.